All right, guys, I want to welcome you to this very special hangout session. I have the lovely Christy Keel with me today. Go ahead and welcome yourself.
Me? Welcome myself?
Yes, welcome yourself.
Welcome me? Welcome everybody else.
Yes,
I'm not the important one here today.
yes. It's all the great people that have showed up here for this awesome webinar.
It
So
is.
we are very excited. So we see quite a few people are just now jumping on here. So we will give you guys another minute to get started, and I'm going to throw up the slides here for today's presentation, and we will get this thing going. All right, you should be seeing my slides right now. Is that right, Christy?
I see them.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Excellent. All right, and then you still see my slides, right?
I do.
Okay, good, good. All right, so we're gonna get this thing started here, and let me just do a very brief introduction of you, and then we'll let you talk a little bit more about yourself and your story and how you got started, because that's really what we're here for, is to learn more a little bit about you, what you're doing. So
Sounds good.
perfect. All right. So let's start this up, and there is a recording. So for those wondering, this is being recorded right now. So there is a recording for you that will be available. All right. So today,
I was going to say.
go ahead.
I was going to tell everybody, just for the record, this is my first webinar.
Yep, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is. So this is all new to me too.
This is very exciting. So it's a very good time. So today we're talking about starting your own furniture flipping empire. This is going to be Christy Keel, who you guys met, and myself, Paul Counts, and then Trevor Smith may be joining us here in a little bit. So I put his picture down there in case he does jump on here. So anytime, if you guys get some good nuggets from Christy, feel free to post on Twitter with the hashtag PickBankProfit, and that would be awesome. And that way we know you guys are listening and getting some golden nuggets. So today's a little bit different from most webinars I do. Most of the time I have a lengthy presentation ready to go where I have bullet points and all the stuff listed out that you guys are going to learn from. But today is very special because it's more just interview conversational style, because Christy Keel is doing something absolutely amazing that I wanted to share with the world. So I know she's actually brought on board a lot of her people. I've invited a lot of my attendees as well. So it's going to be a good mix of people, and we look forward to getting you guys some good info. And at the very end of this, we're actually going to have a Q&A session. So feel free to type your questions in the chat window, and we will answer those at the very end. So if a question comes to you, just type it in there. We'll answer them on a first come, first served basis. So today we're talking about picking, painting, and profit. So this is all about how Christy has built a successful furniture flipping business. So, so let's talk a little bit. Now that is the wrong headline to that slide. See, this is really good for me because Christy's like, this is my first webinar, and I just messed that up. So let's talk to Christy. So there we go. All right, so we do things on the fly here. So, all right. So, Christy, can you tell us a little bit about your story, kind of how you got started, and let's talk about you here.
So about 3 years ago, I was going through a divorce, and I was working in corporate America, and I was on a mandatory 6-month layoff, and I was on unemployment, and I just was absolutely miserable working for the man. So I started trying to find something that I could do from home to supplement my unemployment income, not necessarily to support myself, but just to supplement the unemployment income that I was getting. And I used to do furniture refinishing for myself as a hobby, but then I stopped because of the exposure to the chemicals that were involved with that process. So I was online one day, and I just started hearing this buzz about these new lines of chalk paint, and I decided that I was going to try and find something to paint. So I went on Craigslist because I had absolutely no free money at all, and I got a piece for free, and it was a vanity that I ended up painting with the chalk paint, and I put it up on one of our local garage sale Facebook sites, and it sold within probably 20 minutes, and I was kind of hooked after that. So I sold that vanity that I got for free for $200. So I took that $200 and I bought 2 more pieces and a little bit more paint, and I just kept doing that, and the pieces were selling almost as fast as I could paint them, and by the end of 6 weeks I had accumulated $6,000 in cash in a tin in my kitchen. So when it was time for me to go back
That's
to work,
awesome.
when it was time for me to go back to work, I didn't have to, because I was actually making more money than I had made working that job. But I have to be honest, I was very, very disciplined as far as selling a piece and reinvesting that money into buying more pieces and more paint. So that's why I think I was able to build the business so quickly. But that's definitely how I got started. And obviously I never went back to that corporate job.
That is so cool. I absolutely love that story. So you quit your corporate job by doing furniture flipping. So this is something for everybody out there. This is a very serious business model that anybody could take. And that's what really excites me. That's why I was really excited to invite my audience to this, because what you have is something totally unique. Well, so I love it.
The thing about this business is, believe me, I'm nothing special. It is, anybody can do it from anywhere in the country. My sister is now doing it, and my mom is doing it, and they live in Iowa and South Carolina. So I think sometimes people think, oh, well, she's from California, that's why she's so successful. And I just want people to understand that that's not the case. You can be successful doing this in Enid, Oklahoma. You just have to have the right tools in place.
That's awesome. And like your sister, she doesn't live in a very big town, right?
No, she lives in a very small town.
Okay. See, so it doesn't have to be a big city. And one thing that really fascinates me is you have over 20,000 fans on your Facebook page. You built up a huge following with this business, and you actually have people from the United Kingdom, right? If I'm not mistaken, or people from other parts of the world.
I do. I have followers all over. Part of that is the exposure I get through Shabby Paints as well.
Excellent.
On the Q&A. So yeah, I have followers from all over. No one is more shocked with how many people follow me, believe me, than me. But once you start putting these tools that I've broken down into place, you really target your audience, and it just grows so quickly. I probably get 1,000 new likes every 3 weeks to a month on my business page.
That's outstanding. That is, that is very exciting. So, so let's talk a little bit here, and I'm actually gonna.
Oh. What happened?
There we go. Can you hear me now?
I can now. Okay, I was
okay. Perfect. All right. Yeah, you got your own there. The flipping screen there, I'm actually trying to sort that out. This is it's a Google Hangout thing, so I saw a few people comment on that. So I'm going to see if I can actually, let's see if I can stop my screen from doing that somehow. Let's see if we can stop the presentation there. Let's see if we can do that so it doesn't flip back and forth. So while I'm trying to sort that out, let's go. So it's one of those things with Google Hangouts where it bounces back and forth between the presenters. So like when there's a lag time, it thinks it's being helpful. So so we'll try and sort this out. So Christy, the next thing you mentioned, Shabby Paints. So let's talk a little bit about Shabby Paints and how that's impacted your business, a little bit about what it is, because it's obviously a big part of what you do, being that it's the chalk paint, and let's talk more about that.
Well, for me, when I was going to open my store, I knew that I needed a paint line that I could stand behind to offer my clients. In my area, the only thing that was available really was Annie Sloan, and that was not a product that I was willing to use that I could stand behind. So I actually searched high and low for a paint line that's stood for the things that I stand for. I wanted something that was safe, that I could offer my clients that was safe, that was less expensive. Anybody who paints furniture knows that the paint is is definitely a huge cost. And I requested, I bet, 15 different companies to send me samples. And Shannon, who is the CEO of Shabby Paints, had just basically started and launched her line. And I just happened to come across her. And when those paint samples came, I was in love instantly. So the success of my business is also due in part to the ability for me to have a product that performs as well as Shabby Paints performs, that's as easy to use, that's 100% non-toxic, that the finishes are unparalleled against any other chalk paint line that you can find as far as durability and ease of use, and just the overall finish. I have clients come in all the time and always comment about how different my pieces look from other pieces that they've seen that people have painted, and I'm telling you, it's the paint. It is. So Shannon has done a wonderful job of bringing that much needed aspect to us furniture painters. And I think that when you're going to be successful in a business, that you have to be able to stand behind the products that you use 100%. And Shabby Paints I feel like it's my paint line. I do. It's great.
That's outstanding. That's outstanding. I love it. So, that's a really good tip right there. Like, you're sharing right now on this webinar, you have Shabby Paints back there so people can look it up. That's one of the key tools to your success, right? And as to why you've been so successful.
Of course, it is a huge, because my community, because there was only one other paint line available and it was very expensive and it didn't go as far, not to mention the smell and the not so user-friendly, my community just totally embraced having another option. And since then, of course, since I've been here for 2 years, there's been other stores that have opened that have brought on, the other boutique chalk paint lines. And they just can't compete because, Shabby Paint stands on its own. And I think that I just love that my business has kind of grown at the same rate that Shabby Paints has grown, and I hope that I'm a good spokesperson for them. I mean, I firmly believe that you have to stand behind whatever you sell, whether it's a piece of furniture or the paint line that you're offering. You have to stand behind absolutely everything you offer your customers. And with a product like Shabby Paints, you really can't go wrong. And I'm not a paid spokesperson. I just want everybody to know, Shannon and I have never met in person, and Shabby Paints is a sponsor for the upcoming reality show. If Shannon doesn't, I'm not a paid spokesperson for Shabby Paints. I believe in these products like I believe in my furniture.
I absolutely love that. And I believe we stopped the screen switching back and forth, so we should be good to go there. So I see a few people said that has stopped. So I love that. I love, what you're saying there. And, part of any business is having, somebody that you can, trust and kind of partner up with. So I love that. So let's talk a little bit about, we talked a little bit about how you got started. So what's kind of your day look like, because I know a lot of people are saying, well, for yours, it's going to be a little bit busier, but let's say when you were starting out, what was like a typical day for you, right? It was going out, finding the pieces, and let's maybe go from the start to finish, from when you found a piece and then when you paint it, how you sell it.
My typical day really hasn't changed much from when I very first started. The main change is that I don't have to work on the floor anymore, that I have employees that work on the floor, which has freed me up to paint and pick, which obviously is the heart and the underlying success of any business is going to be the pieces that you pick and the way that you paint them. So my typical day, and just for the record, I work 7 days a week. My choice, I could be in my little store still being completely profitable and happy as a clam, but I want what I have, which is a very large store, and I'm a Capricorn, so I'm a chronic overachiever. So I get up in the morning with my cup of coffee, and I'm either reaching out to people that I've made contacts with as far as places that I go to pick, or if I'm looking for something specific, I'm spending the first hour and a half of my day with my cup of coffee looking at Craigslist. You know, I work from the minute I get up, and I joke till the minute I go to sleep, but most of the time my head is still, I dream about furniture. So I am either picking all day or I'm painting all day. In my store, we typically sell 7 to 10 large pieces a week. So in order for me to keep my store stocked and not have holes in my floor, I'm having to paint quickly or frequently. And I know everybody refers to me as the Energizer Bunny, but once you've been doing it as long as I've been doing it, you get your techniques honed in, and you don't have to spend as much time as the average person would take to paint a piece because they're unsure of what they're going to do or how they're going to finish it or what the finish is going to look like, because I have all those techniques down. So that's just something that comes with working with the products, and you know, the ease of use, not having to wax, that saves so much time. When I first started in this business and I was using that other brand and I was having to wax, not to mention my carpal tunnel and both of my wrists was acting up, you know, with the wax, it's absolutely fantastic. And the ease of use is so great. So everything that I do and how I use these products, I may use some of them a little bit different than everybody else, but it's all for me about time, because my time is the most important thing that I have. And when you hone those skills and work with the products, you'll get there as well. So my day is definitely comprised of picking, painting, and profiting.
All right, very, very good. So it sounds like we're having some audio issues. Christy, this is typical webinar practices. So
I guess we're gonna have to work the kinks out. I sound
great. One issue after another. Exactly. Yeah, that's what's going on here. So I'm not quite sure what that issue is, because this is my prized headset. But hey, you have the same headset I have there, so I love it. So Myla here said something about she loves the soft look of the Vax, and a few other people are saying that you're such a fast painter. I have a lot of respect for that. So yes. I love what you were saying, though, about, you know, just overcoming obstacles, right? I mean, you said you had carpal tunnel, you still overcame that. That's a big part of any business, you know, in a sense. So I absolutely love that part.
The thing about being successful in this business is you really have to work it. I mean, it can be a hobby, and it can be one of those hobbies that makes you some money on the side. It can absolutely positively be your sole source of income. I did over $300,000 in gross sales last year, and I was closed for 1 month in the transition from moving from the small store into the big store. So I was actually closed the majority of the month of May. So I know that sounds like a lot. It sounds like a lot to me, actually, but you can absolutely do it on any level that you want. So you can be, the best thing about this business plan is you can be successful in your garage. You could be successful in a retail or an antique mall. You can be successful in a storefront. It all depends on where you want to take it, because you are in charge of how big or how small you want your business to be.
All right, I love it. So Julie brought up a point that we can touch on, the 3 Ps: picking, painting, and profiting. So can you touch on each one of those just very briefly?
Yeah, obviously that is my mantra. So,
yes.
You know, the picking is first for a reason, because it is the most important. And in the training seminar, you know, I speak a lot to what to look for when you're picking. But your pieces are a direct reflection of yourself. There are a lot of local people that will absolutely paint anything, and you can make anything look great with paint, but it doesn't change the integrity of the piece. So you have to be really diligent and pick quality pieces for your clients. For me, I like to only do vintage. I don't do anything new, because they started using particle board and laminates as furniture has evolved. So I like to do all solid wood, dovetail drawers, great solid vintage pieces that are unique. That's something that you can't find nowadays with the furniture that you get at IKEA. Don't pick my nose. Thanks, Shannon. I'll try not to. I do notice myself making funny faces. Okay, so we're done with the picking. Painting, obviously, I put my own artistic spin on every piece. We're all not the same painters. There are definitely people that are better painters than I am. I don't think I'm necessarily an anomaly. I'm pretty good at picking colors, but when you're painting for somebody else's home, you have to keep that in mind when you're picking colors. We all would love to do 6 different colors on one piece, but that's going to appeal to only a few people, not as many. So the painting is equally as important as the picking. And especially when you're in a store and you have the paint line, you want to give examples of all the colors on your floor. So, the idea is not to paint the big, huge pieces purple. You want to stick to like the school desks or the end tables so that people can appreciate the color. And believe me, those pieces will speak to somebody. But if you paint a hutch purple, you're probably going to set on it for a little bit. And then, of course, the profiting. The key to being profitable in this business is marketing, and marketing for free. And that's what we show you how to do. I spend next to no money marketing my business. Still now, I don't. I have a $150 advertising budget, which I spend on Facebook. And that's it. So we teach you how to
genius
capitalize on all of the free ways to market your business and get your name out there, get your work out there, but you have to work it. So we give you the tools. You can absolutely do it. I did it. And like I said, you guys, seriously, I'm nothing special. I'm just
I would beg to differ on that. That's what everybody else on this call right now. Yeah, you've built up a really, really good following. So let me show my screen here, and I'm actually going to pull up your Facebook page, and let's go through a couple of your pieces. And is that all right? We can talk about them and let them see a few examples here.
There's a lot to choose from.
Yes, so I'll scroll through it, and then you can say to stop. How's that?
Okay.
And is my audio sounding better, or are we still having issues?
You're still a little warbly. You should see. I told you need the sexy Janet Jackson headset.
Well, I have the same headset, so that's weird. Maybe it's time to get a new one. So
maybe yours is worn out.
Maybe. All right. So let's jump over here. You guys should be seeing my screen at the moment. So let's see here. All right, entire screen. All right. All right, let's pull this up here. Okay, so we are on Pieces of Time. I know, and our kitty.
Yeah, those are my babies. Not just
awesome.
furniture on there.
All right, so here we are on Pieces of Time. This is what really blows my mind. You've had, 20,837 people have liked this page. It's just amazing how you've really built your business up. And so, so I guess one of the keys, right, is you're very engaging with your audience. Like you're always posting new pictures. And that's really key.
I try to post the pictures of the pieces as soon as I get them, because a lot of times, probably 50% of the time now, people will buy them before I get a chance to paint them, and they want them done the way that they want them done. So by taking a picture of what you picked, it absolutely doesn't hurt, because a lot of people will say, oh, I want that, and this is how I want it done. And then if they don't, I paint it the way I want it, and it makes its way to my floor.
That is awesome. So just let me know when to stop, and we'll touch on a piece here. We'll blow it up, the picture.
Well, those are all the pieces that sold while I was in Iowa. That's a cute little dresser, but that's not exactly spectacular.
Are you still there?
I am. Are you still there?
Okay, yes, I am. So you said this sold while you were gone, huh?
It did. That sold while I was gone in Iowa.
That's awesome. Can you talk a little bit about this piece? I know a few people are kind of wondering, a little bit more about the pieces you pick. So can you touch on this just briefly, maybe a little bit insight on this piece?
Yeah, well, this piece actually is nothing too spectacular. It's just a very typical 1950s, 1960s maple dresser that you guys can find all day long for next to nothing. I do make sure that they're in excellent condition. Obviously, I don't buy them if they're not. And that one is done in Garfield gray with black Revacs and Lillian gray drawer fronts and licorice hardware, and it was darling. And you know, I think I want to say I paid $40 for that, and I believe I sold it for $375.
Wow. So see, that's fascinating insight right there. So
Yeah.
like the markup in this industry is very large, and that's one thing I want people to take away from this,
Yes.
especially people that are following from my side of the woods, you know, that are used to like info products and digital products and things like that. You're talking about something here that you can be creative with, that you can use your artistic talents and actually have fun doing, and it's something you can do from home, and the profit margins are insane.
Yeah, actually, Paul, if you can X out of that one and go down to the, I just see Carla messaged me and said that the large hutch, go down a little bit more. Keep going right there. That hutch. Okay, you guys, China hutches are the bread and butter of painting furniture. And let me explain to you why. You can pick up a China hutch for next to nothing all day long because people don't like them when they're wood. Most people have them in their garages. This is a white China cabinet, which is very high end. I paid $80 for it. And I sold that puppy for $2,000. It sat in my store. I did. It sat in my store for a year because it was blue, and it doesn't appear. I mean, not everybody can not everybody can pay or can put blue in their house. But I knew that when the right person came along, it would be sold. So it sold and went to its new home this weekend. And I see over here on the corner that Lou is saying that people won't pay $300 for anything. You know, everything is relative. So most of the time when your demographics are going to limit on what you can sell your pieces for, you're also going to be able to purchase for less. So, you know, it's all kind of relative. Plus, what I teach you in this seminar is not to pigeonhole yourself into a mindset that your community is necessarily your client base, because mine is not. Most of my clients, 90% of my clients, do not come from my town. I have marketed myself in the Bay Area, so I focus on the I don't want to say the higher end communities. So San Francisco, the Silicon Valley, San Jose, Sacramento, those are where the majority of my clients come from. Now, Paul, I can't hear. Can you guys still hear me?
Yep, I can hear you great. Can you hear me okay?
Okay, I can now. You just sound different. Your buzz is gone, so that's what had me.
Oh, good. I changed headsets. Am I clear
there
now?
You go. Oh, so much better. So
wow. Okay,
don't
good.
pigeonhole yourself into thinking that your community are the only people that are going to buy your pieces, because they're not. And the other thing is, if you're trying to sell your pieces on the garage sale sites, those are the people that you're going to get. Do not misunderstand that I'm saying that the garage sale sites are bad for people who are garage selling. It's great. But when you are trying to market your pieces and sell your art, then that is not an avenue for you to sell it, because those are not going to be your clients. Your clients are going to be the people who appreciate what you have to offer, the quality of the piece that you present to them, your paint job, all of that. So that's what I've done, and that's what I teach you how to do in the seminar. Now, I do see a couple people are asking if I ever use a sprayer or if I ever use a roller, and I have to be honest, I do not. I only use a brush, and I don't even use the sponge for the vacs because I'm a fan of the brush. So I just don't use a sprayer. I like the brush strokes. the characteristics of the brush stroke. I feel like the product falls into that when you're waxing, and it gives it more of an antique look. So I don't spray, and I don't use a roller.
That is great advice. Love it. Love it. So
and word of mouth, I see. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, go for it. Go for it. You mentioned word of mouth.
I was going to say, I see Myra. You know, my rule of thumb is when you make somebody happy, they're going to tell one person. When you make somebody not happy, they're going to tell 10. So it's very important that you stand behind your work. I can tell you a million times people have picked up their furniture and the husband's picked it up and they get it home and the husband scratched it. I'll go out to their house and fix it for them. I want my people to really be, I want them to be happy with their purchase. So I've heard a lot of talk from people who have purchased pieces off of Facebook pages, and they say, you know, I bought it and then I got there and it didn't look like what it looked like in the picture. So, you know, if someone came to me, because a lot of my pieces will sell off my Facebook page, if someone came to me when they came to pick up their piece and said, you know, it doesn't look like I thought it was going to look, I don't want it, I would absolutely give them their money back. There would be not even a hesitation. So standing behind your work is huge. You can't be so focused on the almighty dollar that you don't do good business.
That's awesome. So see, you're so busy, people are trying to get you during this webinar.
Yes. Yes. I know. I'm looking at everybody. I'm trying to read the comments on the side at the same time.
Yeah, it can get distracting. I mean, see, we've had lots of technology issues here as well. So
I know.
So let's see here. So Gabriella says, how do you paint so quickly? Because I see you do a lot of detailed work, and it seems to take me forever to finish a piece.
You know, like I was saying before, that just kind of comes with time. You know what works. Having your brushes, you have to have great brushes in your arsenal for sure. But having the right tools, you know, I'm set up a lot like a factory. So I pick out what I'm going to do the night before. I have my pistol grip sprayer of my vinegar and water, and I spray my piece down. I get them all cleaned, get the hardware off. I start painting as soon as it's dry. I mean, the great thing about Shabby Paints is the dry time. You know, I can literally finish a dresser in 2 hours just because I start to paint, and then by the time I'm done, where I started is dry, and I can go ahead and do the second coat. And then by that time that's done, I can distress. And once I'm done distressing, I can wax. So it doesn't take that long. I think a lot of times people overthink it. The other thing is picking the colors can be what takes the longest. So kind of knowing how you're going to finish a piece before you start will definitely help. And I'm the furniture whisperer. So when I see pieces now, they talk to me about how they want to be finished. And the only time I usually vary from that is if someone else wants it and wants it finished a different way. And I do see that Judy is clearly on now. Welcome, Judy. And she wanted to know if we've touched on anything about pricing without giving things too much away, because I mean, I did put together this seminar, which I promise you, I think the whole program is what, almost 3 hours, a little over 3 hours?
Yeah, Paul? It's over 3 hours. Yeah, because it's the Pick, Paint, Profit and the Painting with Purpose together.
Yeah,
so it's 3.5 hours. Yeah.
Oh, it's longer than that then, because I think just the seminar is, it's a lot. There's a lot of information in there, and I do give away, my pricing techniques, which is a formula for you guys that will work anywhere in the country. Obviously, people seem to think that I can get more for my prices for my pieces. I can get more for my pieces because of where I'm located, and that is not true. The average income in Fairfield, I believe, is $43,000 a year. We're an Air Force community. There's an Air Force base here, so there's not a lot of money in Fairfield. And so, you know, your clients will start to dictate to you what they are willing to pay. you can't go to Ashley Furniture and buy a decent dresser for less than $500. So you shouldn't be offering a great, solid 1940s mahogany, beautiful dresser for less than $400. That's my take on it. Now, you will have to sit on pieces for a while. And these are all luxuries that come as you build your business. So I've only been in the store a little over, actually it'll be 2 years next month, September, that I've been in a store, actively had a storefront. So my pricing has definitely changed from when I started the store to now, because I've built my clientele and I've built the clients that I want. I am attracting the people that I want to be my clients, not the people that are going to come in and say, here you've got this dresser for $200 or $400. Will you take $300 for it? You can't ever sell your pieces for less than, or you shouldn't ever sell your pieces for less than you've priced them at, because people will treat you like a thrift store. You teach people how to treat you.
Nice.
Basically, yeah.
You make people come to you.
I do. And Tracy, we've all had trouble making VAX go on easily. I addressed that in the Painting with Purpose video that is an add-on for the seminar. It is trial and error, but the best thing about the VAX is it's so forgiving. So when I'm putting on the VAX, I want my brush to be wet, and I want to err on the side of not enough product, because what will happen is if your brush is wet and you're spreading the VAX out evenly, the water will evaporate and you'll still see spots on your piece where it looks chalky. And all you have to do is go back over those spots. You don't have to re-VAX the whole piece. So working with the VAX is trial and error, especially when you're working with the revaxes. Now, everybody that knows me or follows me knows that I use my revaxes a little bit different than everybody else. I mix them with the clear because I feel like I have more control and I don't waste product trying to wipe off anything. So, and also it comes back to that time thing where I don't have time to vax a piece twice, obviously I do 2 coats on the top and heavy traffic areas, but as far as like the sides and stuff, I usually just do 1 coat. So it's about working with the product and finding out what works best for you. But we've all been frustrated. That's why the magic erasers are awesome tools to have in your arsenal, because they will let you remove any product if you've made a boo-boo. And trust me, I've made a few. Okay, hang on. I'm reading this station.
This is awesome. So yeah, so there's been some good comments here. And Christy, if it's all right with you, I'm going to jump in and we'll introduce the Pick Paint Profit training.
Oh yeah, go ahead. You can tell me to shut up. I can talk all day.
You're great. You're great. And then we'll talk a little bit more after we touch on this training. So if you don't mind making sure my screen shows, that would be perfect. So you should be seeing tunnel vision right now.
Yeah,
and then,
yes.
Okay, excellent. And then you should be seeing my screen right now. Is that the case?
I do. I see that. That's my teaser.
All right, perfect. Okay, so you should be seeing this now. And you can hear me okay, right?
I can.
All right, so we've talked to you a little bit. And again, at any point, just hashtag PickPaintProfit on Twitter if you guys have gotten some great feedback. I love the content that's already been shared. So now that you've heard from Christy, think a little bit about this. So for many of you out there, how would an extra $300 per month change your life? How about an extra $500 per month? And what about $1,000 extra each and every month? And that's really what a business like this could provide for you. In fact, the $300 a month would be one really quality piece a month that you're working on. So that's maybe
Correct.
1 weekend worth of work, right? So there's a lot of potential here. And I know for many people, this would be life-changing income because it would, make you not so stressed with certain bills and things like that. So what if you could do this entire business from the comfort of your own home while you're having fun? And that's one thing that Christy, I know, has a lot of fun doing what she's doing right now.
I do.
So imagine that business becoming a full-time business that supports your entire family. And that right here, she is proof that you can actually support a family and have a full-time income with furniture flipping. And so again, that's one of the reasons she's on this very special webinar, and that she's achieved the level she has in this business, because she can literally support an entire family with this income.
I just want to add that my husband is getting ready to quit his job as a surgical technician because we built this business in 2 years, and he works equally as hard as I do, but for him to leave a great job, it is that speaks volumes, I think, to the type of business that you can build.
It really does. And we're talking, you know, this is life-changing stuff, you know. So if, let's say, a spouse of yours is stressed and overworked and they're not enjoying the job they're at, then you could actually start a business like this on the side that could literally transform your entire family's lives. And yes, Christy is proof positive that this can happen. And so that's why, again, we brought her here. So we want to present a huge opportunity to you today that makes all of this a possibility. And because I know how much you'd like to be able to build a real sustainable furniture flipping business, this special opportunity is going to dramatically increase your chances of success. So due to the truly exclusive nature of this special offer, you're only going to see this amazing value probably one time on this webinar and on the replay that some of you may be watching on. So why are we sharing this with you? You're having a hard time with finding a reliable way to make a consistent income every month. That's a situation that I see lots of people struggle with. I have over 80,000 people on my email list, and they're all seeking the same thing, which is additional income streams to build up their business. And I'm all about multiple income streams as well. So, and you made the wise choice to consider furniture flipping as that method. That's why many of you are here. So maybe you've tried a number of different strategies to make money, but I'm here to tell you that Christy Kuehl is living proof that her system works, and it works very, very well. Your best way of learning is to learn from someone who does what you want to do. So Christy has a time-tested, proven system that she has followed to launch her entire furniture flipping career. And remember, Christy is also the largest shabby stylist in the USA. So not only has she built it up through furniture flipping, but she is also the largest. Is it now a stylist is somebody that's selling the paint, right?
Correct.
Okay, perfect. So you're the largest seller of shabby paints in the United States. So if you try and do it on your own, you're going to continue to struggle. And I know that for a fact because I see people going through my own business trainings that when they try to do it on their own, or you try to figure it out on your own, it's going to lead to struggles, frustrations, and lots of hassles. So it's inevitable that you're going to get stuck, like with any business. So the truth of the matter is you truly need help from someone who has gone before you and paved the way for your success. And so this is a very exclusive deal, and only serious people I know for a fact are going to join this special group. And that's how I know you need the Pick Paint Profit workshop and the bonuses that we're about to reveal to you. Pick Paint Profit is a two-part, 2-hour and 25-minute workshop detailing exactly how to launch a furniture flipping business from start to finish in the shortest time possible. You've already made at least one investment, with us today with your time. So I know that you're very serious about this unique opportunity. So here's how Pick Paint Profit training is going to dramatically increase your overall success. You get the complete 2-part workshop. And so again, this is the complete 2-hour, 25-minute workshop filmed by an award-winning filmmaker. So no details are left out in this training. That's one thing I want to touch on. So I've created a lot of info products in my day, and I have to say this is the top-notch info product that I've ever created, in the sense that it's not only is it, Christy Kuehl's amazing training, but it's also filmed by an amazing videographer. It's filmed, edited. It's amazing. So not only are you going to get a lot out of this, you're going to enjoy working with Christy, you're going to enjoy watching this. So this is done phenomenal. It's a very, very, well-polished training that's been put together. Christy's exclusive Painting with Purpose training is also included. And so this is another 1-hour training that covers her proprietary system for restoring furniture and giving it new life so that she can resell it. So you're going to learn in this training exactly how she takes a piece from start to finish to resell it. And so that's also covered in this training. You're also going to get access to our VIP private mastermind Facebook group. And I literally just asked Christy about this morning because I wanted to boost the value of this offer to you guys. So this is a big bonus because you can get the help and support from your peers. So that's those of you going through this training right now. You guys are going to have access to be able to bounce ideas off of each other, get the help you need to keep building and growing your business, and learn what is working and not working. And literally there's strength in numbers. In anything you do, if you can unite with somebody and form, a partnership or just have somebody to encourage you along the process, you're going to be that much better off. So, but with this Facebook group, we're almost ensuring your success with this training by throwing this in as a bonus. You're also going to get a local marketing workshop. So I'm going to offer you a complete local marketing online workshop where I detail exactly how to get traffic to your new furniture flipping business website. Now, Christy has done a lot of marketing methods to get people to her store. She's done a lot of Facebook marketing, and I'm going to take it one step further and talk about local directories, getting that local foot traffic, and all the different things you can do to build up your business. And so that's an added bonus because I want to see you guys succeed with this furniture flipping business. And I've been in marketing for going on now 16 years. And so I've been doing this since I was little. So since I was in junior high school. So I know about marketing, and I'm very excited to offer this as a bonus to those that take us up on this offer. You're also going to get the PDF notes from Pick Paint Profit from the entire workshop. So really you could consider this your quick start guide for profiting with Christy Kuehl's Pick Paint Profit training. And then you're also going to get her exclusive furniture picking PDF. And you're going to learn Christy's favorite strategies for picking furniture that she can repurpose and resell for massive profits. You guys saw, the piece that she bought for $80 and sold for $2,000, and the piece she bought for $40 and sold for $375. We just talked about those on this training. She's going to reveal more of her sources for where she gets this. So to be honest with you, you could spend thousands of dollars on college or training on starting a business. Believe me, many people have done it. But you'd simply be out thousands and still would not have an awesome business model that you could actually follow. So don't worry, because as a special thank you for staying throughout this entire webinar, we're going to do something special. In fact, we're going to even sweeten the deal. So when you grab your copy of Pick Paint Profit today, you're also going to get these special bonuses, including a web-based video graphic software. So for those of you that want to do videos on your cell phone and actually drive foot traffic into your store, I've actually have this web-based video software that you can actually create those little, the little things that go below the video. So the bottom graphics that go below a video that make it look like you're filming from a news station. So you could actually use the software and put your store name down there when you're putting these little videos of your new pieces onto YouTube. So that's a bonus that I'm throwing in as well for those that take quick action. I'm also have another training, because I know many of you going through this are probably going, I want to learn additional income streams. So I also have a training called Your First 1,000 Training, which is going to help teach people a little bit about how to make an extra $1,000 online. So that's just another bonus. And then probably one of the more important bonuses here is 57 free web traffic sources. So you're getting Christy's training on how she's built her entire business from start to finish with all her marketing methods, the local marketing training, how to get that local foot traffic, and then ways to really take your web traffic to the next level with these 57 proven free traffic methods. So these are all included as a bonus, because ultimately the profit part of this is having foot traffic, having traffic coming into your store, looking at your pieces online, finding your pieces online if you're doing this from your home. That's really where it's about. So we're going to help you with that. We also 100% guarantee, and we stand behind our products. You have a 60-day money-back guarantee to go through everything you're getting for you today. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. So let me just do a final recap here, and then we'll reveal the very special price to everybody that wants to take action on this. Does that sound good, Christy?
It sounds great.
Awesome. So you guys are getting the Pick Paint Profit Workshop, $997 value, Painting with Purpose training, the PDF notes from the workshop, the exclusive picking PDF, the private Facebook group, local online marketing workshop, the first 1,000 online training, 57 free web traffic sources, and the web-based video graphics offer. So you can fire that up and use that in your marketing. Total value, if you were to buy everything separately and not in this very special webinar package deal, it would literally be $2,053 if you buy everything separately. And Christy, you do some workshops across the US. And so people are looking at thousands of dollars to fly and see you, hotel fees, the whole 9 yards. But we're bringing the workshop right to people's computers with this very special deal. So we're not going to charge, we could half that price and charge you about $997, but we're not going to do that. Could go a little bit lower at $697. I thought of even $497, but we're actually going to take $200 off the purchase price if you take action right now, because we really want to start working with you. And so the price is set at $297, but for this webinar, we're going to take another $100 off the purchase price if you take action right now. And your best value that you're going to get on everything that we talked about is $197. And you can go here now to claim this deal. So that is paulcounts.com/furniture, paulcounts.com/furniture. And you guys can go here and you guys can review this offer and take action on it today and get started with Christy. So once you guys complete your purchase, you will be taken to a page a thank you page, and then from there, I'll actually be emailing each person individually on this training with access details. So we're really excited to get the ball moving here. And so this is, again, paulcounts.com/furniture. So Christy, anything you want to add?
You know, not really. I think we touched on a lot of things, but I wanted to say that, you know, I am doing the seminars across the country now, going out and doing them. But the one that we filmed, the people that attended that seminar have actually voiced an interest in purchasing the seminar because there's so much information.
Yeah.
It's really a nice tool to have to go back and watch. I'm not going to lie, you guys, and I'm not just saying this, it's kind of mesmerizing. I mean, there is a lot of information, and because the seminar was filmed kind of in an open forum where people could ask questions, I'm answering the questions of people who do this for a living or are trying to do this for a living or have been trying to do this for a living. So I think that they cover just about every question that could come up. But also with all the other things that Paul has put together in this package as far as access to me personally, being able to help you being able to direct a question at me and me being able to answer it for you specifically, that's kind of a good deal too, because my time is getting very, very limited, and I'm not going to be very easily accessed as soon as the show gets going and we're doing more of the seminars. So I think that what this package that Paul's put together is really kind of a good value. I mean, I obviously stand behind everything, and I really do think that it will absolutely change your life if it's a tool you have to have if you want to be in this business. And you've got 60 days to decide that it isn't. But I know Shannon has seen it because I sent it to her, and I think there were even things that Shannon learned. And funny enough, my producer that filmed it, there were things that he talked about learning from just my techniques and marketing and, you know, pricing and all of those things. And we tend to take those things for granted or think that it's job specific, and it's not. It kind of goes across the board. So I think just about any business, I know my mom has taken this model as well. They have a citrus business, and they're using a lot of the tips in there as well. But it's a great seminar, and I'm really proud of it. Really, really proud of it. I think that this is giving me a huge opportunity that I wouldn't otherwise have to teach people how to be self-sufficient. I mean, who doesn't want to work for themselves and make a lot of money and not have to stress about, you know, making your mortgage payment or paying your car payment and loving it. I mean, I'm not in an office. I get to drive around and pick furniture. I get to meet people. I have people that come into the store that are just excited. I mean, it's a really great business to be in. And I think that we're on the cusp of it being really big, because there is always going to be used furniture for sale. Always. You go on Craigslist today, I could buy 300 pieces of furniture today off of Craigslist and spend next to nothing. And just putting your own personal touch on them and remarketing them, you can make a lot of money.
Yeah, that you are definitely proof of that you can do that. So I put the link in the chat window for those that want to check this deal out. Again, like Christy mentioned, her, you know, with the reality show coming up and with just her growing business, it's going to be you know, more difficult to get access to her. And so with this private Facebook group, that's a huge value added bonus that you guys get access to. And not only that, you guys can bounce ideas off of each other. You can share, you know, your pieces, what's working for you, what's, you know, maybe help others, encourage them along the way. And that's a big bonus. And so I even saw Shannon mention the PDF is actually a huge value. And,
it is.
You know, those are the notes that Christy did this workshop from. I don't even think I told you I included these, but I decided to throw those in as a very important value added bonus, because it's a huge value. And that way, you know, if for whatever reason you just need something, a quick start guide or something, you can reference those notes very quickly. So there's a lot of value in this deal. You know, a lot of times was put into editing this, creating it, and making this available. And you know, this is a brain dump of all of Christy's knowledge into one amazing offer. So go here now, paulcounts.com/furniture. And, you know, here's just, you guys can see just how high quality this video is. It's not like an average, you know, info product filmed on a iPhone or something like that. This is filmed on high quality production cameras, and it really came out well, and it's phenomenal. So it's shot in HD quality, see the business laid out, and you're going to follow her exact blueprint. So, all right.
Great. Anybody can do it. Paul, they're asking,
Yep.
someone's asking how long the deal is good for.
This deal will be available, I would say, you know, for at least through the replay, so at least another week or so. We may extend this. You know, what we'll probably do is take away some of the bonuses, so we'll probably keep it around this price point, but the bonuses,
Right.
a few of them will be ended up being pulled back. So if you want to get access to the whole enchilada, today would be your day to do that.
And I know a lot of people are asking about the reality show, and
Yeah.
we'll keep everybody in the loop when we know where and when it's going to air. You know, it takes a lot to film a reality show, and
Yes.
we're just getting rolling on filming, and then it's got to go to editing. So we will definitely keep everybody in the loop as far as that, because we want you guys to watch. It's going to be amazing. It is about picking furniture. I know Dean's asking what the show's going to be like. It's actually a competition where someone is going to, we've already auditioned. We've got 12 contestants / teams, and they're competing for a store. So it's still being filmed, but once it's ready, believe me, everybody will be made aware where to watch it and how to support us in it, because it's going to be great.
Yep, it is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
It's going to be phenomenal. So yeah, we're very excited for that show. And yeah, it's going to be definitely more details will be posted on that. And so that's a whole show. Another way you guys can follow. And could you tell them the name of the show, Christy?
It's called My Painted Life.
Awesome. That's phenomenal.
And there's also a Facebook page for My Painted Life that you can follow as well, and you know, get show updates, that type thing. Like I said, it'll be very well publicized when it's ready to roll. You will not be left out in the dark, especially since Shannon is a corporate sponsor for the winner of the show. You know, Shabby Paints is behind the success of the show as well. So it's going to be a big deal.
That is awesome. Yes, you guys are very welcome. So this will be available to watch again over the next week. Love to see the part I missed and share with my soldier for sure. Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, somebody.
Oh, thank you. Thank you,
you,
Grace. You're awesome. Look at how great they are.
Yep, you guys, you have a great audience. This was fantastic. Is there any other questions?
I do have a great audience.
Yeah.
Does anybody have anything they want to ask? Give you time to type. You know, it's getting harder for me on the Shabby Paints Q&A or our Shabby Paints retailer spot, because a lot of people want to ask me business questions, and I want to help them, but I also want them. I think that people will do better and be successful if they have the whole package. So it's hard for me to kind of just dole out advice here and there that I feel is really valuable, because if you're not using it in the right context, it's probably not going to work for you. So I think that we've done a really good job of putting this training system together. It's extremely user-friendly. It will pay for itself in 1 week. I promise you. Yeah. It will. I wish someone would have had, I mean, I built my business pretty quickly, but I am telling you that you can do it just as quickly with this seminar. I wish I would have had this as a tool when I was starting. I probably could have started it quicker. Oh, Katie, I started in February of 2013. That was the month that I got that first piece off of Craigslist. And so I started in my garage in February. By July, I was in contract for a retail space, and I opened the first week in September. And I stayed in that space. It was a little over 1,200 square feet from September until May. And then I moved into another space that is, I actually have 4,000 square feet of showroom, plus another 1,550 square feet of warehouse and classroom in my new building. So the business just grew so fast that 1,200 square foot store was not big enough for what I was trying to achieve. So it has happened pretty fast. So 2 years ago, next week was my first opening in my very first store, and
Wow.
it's grown. It's just exploded. And I'm telling you guys, I am not an anomaly. You can do it too. I am nothing special. Nothing.
Well, we would beg to differ there again, but
oh well, thank you. But I mean, everybody has it in them. If this is something that if this is something that you're passionate about, you absolutely can be as successful, if not more successful than me.
So let me put that into perspective there. So 2.5 years ago, you started this business, and now look at how far you've come in just 2.5 years. And then in 6 months, you were opening your first store, right? Because you opened in February. Right. Yeah, so within 6 months, you opened your first store. You had enough money from this venture that you could open your own store. So I hope that's powerful enough for people that are kind of sitting on the fence saying, should I get this? Should I not get this? In 6 months, Christy was able to start and go full-time into a store. So just think of where you are right now and how life-changing that would potentially be if you could do that. So, and the only way to do that is really to follow a system by somebody that's paved the way before you. And so that's why I was so excited to get behind this product. And there's going to be lots of people that are going to jump on this, but hopefully those of you jump on this and get going quick, because you guys could start this weekend and start picking furniture.
Yeah, it's great. And those of you that are thinking, well, I'm in a small town, it's not going to work. My sister's doing it, and it doesn't get any smaller than, Owine, Iowa, Dyersville, Iowa. I mean, those are small towns with not a lot of, money. So if she can make a great living at it, I'm telling you, anybody can do it. Doesn't matter where you live. Don't put yourself in a box. We're our own worst enemy with our self-talk. And when you speak those things to yourself, that's what becomes. You need to speak the things that you are. My stuff is great, and people will drive to get it, and they'll pay what I'm asking for it. You just keep telling yourself that, and that's what will happen. I promise you.
Most definitely. I want to congratulate a couple people that jumped in on this deal. So very, very good. Carla jumped in on this.
Hey, Carla.
A few others have taken advantage of this. So yeah. So we will. I'll be sending out manually the access details for those, and then those on the replay, it'll be more of an automated delivery. So, but yeah, we're very excited for those that jumped in. Katie brought up a really good point. She said, I think it's great from a small scale business like mine, or a big one like yours. So it's very true. So
absolutely.
Whether you want, if you just need that extra $500 a month, or if you need that extra $20,000 a month, this business can provide that for you.
Absolutely. And like I said, you are your own, you're your own boss. So if you are completely happy doing it out of your garage, I am not making it up when I said I had $6,000 in my tin in my garage after 6 weeks. I did.
Wow.
And I could have stayed working out of my garage, but that's not what I wanted. I wanted to carry a paint line. I wanted to, have a place where my customers, I knew that it could be bigger than, $4,000 a month. And it is, because now I do anywhere from $30,000 to $42,000 a month.
Well, I'm one of those that believes in bringing amazing value to the market, and this truly brings amazing value. And if you look at that, 6 weeks, $6,000, just picture now 6 weeks from now, that is mid-October, and then you guys have Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up. Imagine not having to stress around this time of year if you can follow this system.
Yep. So it's a great place to be, and it's fun.
Yeah. I see all the fun she has with her business. So
yes.
Yep. All right. Well, this has been a lot of fun. I love all the comments. Shannon said she wants to be you when she grows up.
I know. Shannon's too good to me. The sky
That's
is
awesome.
definitely the limit, Katie. I promise you, it is absolutely the limit.
Yeah,
You are in
it
charge of
is.
your own. You are in charge of your own destiny.
Yep, that's amazing. If I didn't have to get on a plane, I'd go pick furniture this weekend. I'm so excited. I love this.
Where are you going on that plane, Paul?
Well, I am leaving on a jet plane for Sacramento.
Wow,
Fairfield.
that's because we have a TV show to film,
That's right.
and you have a kitten to pick up. Paul has adopted one of my feral kittens that I've been bottle feeding.
Yep.
So him and his wife Kristen are giving. We do that too. We're philanthropists when it comes to animals.
Love it.
Yep.
Yep. I think it's fantastic. Well, we're very, very excited. We'll see you tomorrow, Christy.
All right,
And
sounds
then,
great.
Yeah, and then anybody else, jump in on this deal. I'm telling you, it's an amazing value. I've seen a few people jumped in, so congratulations to those that took action.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you guys. All right,
Are
have
we
a good
done now?
one.
Okay, you
We
guys,
are-
thank you
we're
so
done.
much. Thank
All
you all
right.
so much.
Thank you. Bye.